The mirror of the Masqatin, the glittering city of Zahran, where domes gleamed like pearls beneath the desert sun and jasmine perfumed the night, lived Sultan Qamr al-Din, ruler of 1,000 tribes and master of 1,000 fears. Though he was surrounded by gold, poets and generals, none could lift the shadow that clung to his soul. For 7 years, the Sultan had not smiled. Each night he called for entertainers, storytellers, sages, and mystics. All failed to move his heart, until one evening, when the moon shone high and silver upon his court, a veiled woman entered the grand marble hall. She wore robes the color of starlight, and in her hand she carried nothing but a pouch of dates and a scroll wrapped in velvet. She bowed low before the throne. "O Sultan of the Crescent Throne," she said, "grant me one night, and I shall offer you a tale born not of parchment, but of memory, a tale of sand, soul, and the mirror of the Masqat." The Sultan, curious despite himself, nodded, and she began. In the ancient city of Samalkar, nestled between 7 rivers and a ring of sandstorms, there lived a humble cartographer named Hassan ibn Khayr. He was a quiet man with eyes that always sought the horizon and hands forever ink-stained with the shapes of distant land. Hassan was not wealthy, nor did he seek glory. His joy was in tracing lost roads, forgotten trade routes, and ruins swallowed by time. His maps were works of art, rich with secret symbols and lines only he could explain. One night, as the sun sank like amber in the west, a stranger entered his workshop. Clad in robes dark as ravens and bearing no name, the man placed a strange, unfinished map on Hassan's table. "Complete this," the stranger said, "and you may find the mirror of the Masqat." The map shimmered with impossible lands, floating mountains, seas of mist, islands shaped like eyes. At its center was a blank space, shaped like a perfect oval, a mirror. Before Hassan could speak, the stranger vanished. That night, Hassan dreamt of fire-eyed beings and deserts that whispered his name. He closed his shop at dawn, leaving behind a note, gone to draw the final map. With a satchel of ink, parchment, and Zara's journal, a relic from a vanished explorer, Hassan journeyed east. His path led him through the singing sands of Duran, where the wind carried voices of the dead, the oasis of mirrors, where water showed not reflections but memories, the howling gates, guarded by jackals that spoke in riddles. Each step revealed parts of the map that previously made no sense. Cities of marble floated above canyons. Rivers defied gravity. Every landmark from the stranger's map unfolded around him. In the ruins of a sunken city called Ishmir, Hassan discovered a forgotten temple. There, beneath a dome cracked by time, he found a mural, a mirror framed in lapis and obsidian, held aloft by a Masqat made of smoke and light. Beneath it was written, "He who finds the mirror must first find himself." Eventually, he reached the plains of white silence, a land of endless stone slabs where the air hummed. And at the edge stood a city carved entirely from moonstone, towers etched with ancient glyphs, streets paved in silence. To enter, Hassan had to pass a massive lion statue whose eyes glowed as if with inner flame. Remembering Zara's journal, he knelt and whispered, "I seek the mirror of the Masqat, not for riches, but for truth." The lion blinked once and said, "Then enter, seeker, and may your truth not destroy you." The gates opened. Inside, the city was deserted yet alive. Candles flickered with no flame. Statues turned their eyes to follow him. The buildings breathed with memory. At the center of the city stood a spiraling tower, the Tower of Echoes. An inscription read, "Only the brave ascend. Only the broken descend whole." Hassan entered. The first chamber revealed his childhood, an orphan, digging for scraps, dreaming of maps drawn on the walls of alleyways. The second showed his first love, lost to a sickness of the blood, buried, with no gravestone. The third revealed his betrayals, friendships abandoned, truths avoided, small cowardices stacked like stones. And the fourth showed the present, Hassan, lonely and desperate, chasing a myth to find meaning. Each time, he could leave. Each time, he chose to stay. At the top of the tower, there was no mirror, only a window, and beyond it, the endless desert, and in the sand, a single glint of silver. He had seen it before, in his dreams, in the mural, in the shape of the blank space on the map, the mirror of the Masqat. Hassan descended the tower and followed the sands for 3 days with no water, his feet bloodied and lips cracked. On the third night, a sandstorm swallowed the world, and when it cleared, the mirror stood before him. It was enormous, rimmed in runes and jewels that pulsed like heartbeats. Its surface was black and still. He reached for it, and the world exploded in flame. From the mirror emerged a figure of fire and wind, a Masqat as tall as a minaret, with eyes like twin suns. "Who dares disturb the mirror of soul and fate?" thundered the Masqat. "I am Hassan, son of none, seeker of maps and truths." The Masqat laughed, a sound that bent the dunes. "3 trials you must pass. If you fail, your soul becomes my ink." Trial 1. The Mirror of Lies. The Masqat conjured a mirror. It showed Hassan as a king, adored, worshipped, powerful. At his feet lay riches and lovers, all calling him savior. "What you could be," said the Masqat. "Accept this, and I shall make it real." Hassan turned away. False praise is the poorest of currencies. Trial 2. The Mirror of Fear. Another mirror rose, this time showing his death. Alone. Forgotten. His maps burned, his body buried without name. "This is truth," said the Masqat. "This is your fate." Hassan clenched his fist. "Then let it come. I do not map to be remembered, but because I must." Trial 3. The Mirror. Of self, the final mirror was blank. "Tell me what you see," said the Masqat. Hassan looked long and hard. "I see a man, afraid, but walking anyway. A man who doesn't know if he matters, but keeps drawing maps, hoping someone else won't feel lost." The Masqat grew silent, then bowed. "You have spoken truth. The mirror is yours, and cursed be any who misuse it." Hassan carried the mirror across the desert, but its weight grew unbearable. Each night it whispered to him, offering power, visions, warnings. He returned to Samalkar not with treasure, but with clarity. He buried the mirror beneath the sands outside the city, leaving behind a new map, one only the worthy could read. And in his shop, he began to draw not maps of land, but of hearts, guiding the lost to themselves. The veiled storyteller paused, her voice fading like perfume on the wind. "O Sultan," she said, "you seek what all rulers seek, a map to your soul. But the mirror you chase lies not in glass, but in the choices you make when no one watches." Sultan Qamr al-Din sat in silence. And then, for the first time in 7 years, he laughed. "Woman," he said, "you have done what gold, armies, and sorcery could not. You have made me feel again." He offered her a place by his court, not as concubine or jester, but as keeper of stories. And each night she told him another tale, and each morning he ruled a little wiser.